Okay, Death Metal Month is upon us. July, and well, this is going to be going up on the 1st, but I did record this on the 30th of June. July is Death Metal Month on my channel. Um, I recently picked up a full discography of Motionless in White, and I just wanted to maybe rank their albums, just because I got all 5 of them. Um, when I get a whole just when I go looking for albums, I'm looking for like random odd ends ones that I just see that look cool and I want to listen to. And I stumbled upon all 5 of their studio albums at the same place, and I decided to pick up the whole thing, the whole collection. Um, I've I've been experienced with this band for years. I know I was part of that whole metal elitist video that kind of talks shit on certain bands. Um, I made a whole apology video on my channel, how I was going to move forward on this channel, and this is part of the process is to kind of give back to bands that I've talked shit on, and man, it sucks. It really did suck that this one certain guy on YouTube he had a point with it where it was like the he was mad that certain things were changing in the metal genre, and he kind of got a whole community rally behind him, including myself. And it was a whole thing about how metal should not change, it should stay the same. But then, well, a year ago, he got taken off YouTube, and along with that, it kind of broadened my view again, not constantly seeing his videos, and I just had more of a clear shot of metal needs to change, music genre needs to change. It can't stay the same. If it stays the same, it's just gonna keep getting more bland. And this band keeps changing all the time, and I love everything they've done with changing. And well, I made a whole apology video on how I was apologizing to like the metalcore, deathcore community, how I was really fucking talking shit, and it was unacceptable. It was really unacceptable. But today, I'm giving back. I'm ranking this band. Love this band. I've seen them live in 2017 um um when they had their tour with Miss May I. They had their tour with Miss May I. The whole thing with that is when some leader on YouTube or anywhere gets a whole big following behind them and puts it puts their touch on everybody and gets everybody to believe something and just massively talk shit on certain things, get people to do things that they normally wouldn't do. That's what happened on my channel. I was mostly inspired to create this channel off a guy that was elitist and didn't really respect a whole lot of people. It was, and I've given back in the community, called metal elitists out for this, and it's still metal elitism still goes on, but it's just not as prevalent. He even changed his ways, but even changing their ways sometimes doesn't work because people don't accept apologies too often. And well, I'm lucky that most people accepted mine, and I'm grateful for that. Started off, we're gonna go with number 4. There's 5 studio albums. You probably already know what's going on. Go with 2012 Infamous. I think it's 2012. I don't know really for sure. It's an 8 out of 10. Not bad, but like there's some songs that are really not that good on here, and they're still trying to find their like new sound, because their older sound from their first album was like almost deathcore-ish, and then the ones where they had on the other albums to come are a different sound completely from this. This is a completely different sound from anything but America will always be a classic song on their set list. Hate Fuck is another good one. Cinematic, If It's Dead, We'll Kill It. Infamous, Underdog, another strong song from this. Devil's Night, strong, and really, I don't really feel anything else is too strong on this album. It's my least favorite of theirs. And then number 3 is Creatures, their first album, as I was just talking about that with being a almost metal, deathcore style. Immaculate Misconception, probably the standout one. Abigail, another standout one. It's probably the equal standout. We Only Come Out at Night. Count Chocolitis. City Lights, Undead Ahead. Scissor Hands ends the album off pretty good. I really do like this album. It's a great album. Nothing too wrong with it. And we go to number 2. My second favorite one of their albums is Reincarnate from 2014, I think it is. Yes, 2014. Great album. It has Danny Filth on it, which I did do a Cradle of Filth ranking on my channel. Really, I wasn't that good at making videos until I got to the grinding of just making ranking videos and discussions. This one has the song Unstoppable, Reincarnate, Dead as Fuck. Dead as Fuck is probably the best one on here. Carry the Torch. Carry the Torch is amazing. I do love that song. This CD sometimes skips. It does it here and there. It's not really that big of a deal. Contemptuous is pretty good. Anything on this album is actually good. Like, there's nothing really that bad on here. The Danny Filth song is really good. And that leaves us with number 1, which there's 2 at number 1 because there's a tie I can't decide between. Their newest one, Disguise, and Graveyard Shift. Graveyard Shift was right when I discovered this band. Discovered them through the song 570. And Voices was just one of the songs I discovered by listening to the album front to back. Necessary Evil with Jonathan Davis. I still don't really like Korn too much. I can listen to them. They're okay, but I don't really like them too much. They're not bad. Not My Type, Dead as Fuck 2. Awesome song. I can't believe a second coming of a song is actually good. That's really rare for a band. Loud as Fuck, Hourglass, and Eternally Yours is a great end to the album. And Wrath starts this album really damn good. Untouchable is a great song too. Everything on here is good. There's no bad song. There's no bad song to go with. And that leaves us with their newest 2019 that scored a 10 out of 10, but missed the video because I had a 45, and I need to narrow it down to 20, and this one barely missed it. Barely missed the mark for the best of the year. It was between this album and what was that one? What was it? It was between this one and the one that actually got the 20th spot. Disguise, Headache is awesome. It's an awesome song. Code, Thoughts and Prayers, Legacy, Undead Ahead, To the Tale of the Midnight Ride, Holding On to Smoke, which is a great song. Another Life, Broadcasting from Beyond the Grave, Death Inc. That ending to that song is kind of weird about how they were they put their own voice in the studio and stuff. It was really cool how they did that. Brand New Numb, great song. Did the same thing as the last song on here in Catharsis. Overall, great album. It's one of their best, with Graveyard Shift being the same. So that's how I rank the Motionless In White discography. It is a definitely 10-minute video because I went through the whole thing with how I was a metal elitist and how I was a big asshole on YouTube. And I've mended my ways. I'll always try to mend my ways, but I've even caught myself recently doing it, and I've just been like, yeah, because you never unlearn anything. That's the thing. You got to understand that someone getting behind somebody in a movement or whatever can completely ruin somebody. Like, you gotta understand that it's sometimes not the individual, it's the majority, the group that does it. And that's what happened on YouTube. That's why the elitism got out of control. This was a group with an inspired following towards one guy on YouTube. I'm not throwing it out there as it one guy. The people on the forums too are kind of like the inspiration or the starting drive for these little pockets of the elitism to come out. And it's usually because of the guys on the forum that usually comes ahead. I try not to pay attention to the forums. I don't agree with anything that they have to say usually. So that's how I rank Motionless in White. Death metal will be tomorrow. The best 15 most influential death metal albums, in my opinion, will be up. It'll all be death metal the whole month. The rankings, everything will just be death metal. I'll show you the best albums of death metal, in my opinion. Don't get mad. There could be some really bad albums that I consider really good that people can just call me out on. But this is where I leave the video. It's at 11 minutes. Hopefully you guys watched this whole video because I was in the mood to make an 11-minute video for this video of 5 albums. Just explaining my whole deal, what the hell happened a year ago, and why I made an apology video. Another apology video. I'm doubling down with apology videos on it. I don't believe the elitism anymore. It's like a cult. And I'll see you in the next video.